Throughout the year, we like to highlight various high-profile local hockey teams around Cape Breton Island. Today, we're looking at the Strait Pirates of the Nova Scotia Junior Hockey League, Junior B League. Tim MacMillan, the head coach of the Strait Pirates, is joining us now. And Tim, your club is off to an 8-5 start. Seems like a good record, especially with a lot of road games. What do you feel about your team's start?
The scheduler didn't do us any favors early in the season with 5 straight road games, but that was good. Chance to do a bit of team building. We come out of it okay, and now we got a bit of a stretch of home games and hoping we can use that to our advantage.
What does the competition look like in the Nova Scotia Junior League? Is it looking like a pretty competitive, balanced season?
Competition is outstanding. It just seems to get better. We just look around in our own division and we've got the minors are really strong, probably going to get stronger. Picto's got a really good lineup. Antigonish have been the best team in the league for about 4 years. You've got the other side too. We get beat up a little bit with the other division with the Colts and South Shore. East Hants beat us twice in a row. Competition is really stiff.
You look at your roster, and one theme that's common with this year's team seems like you have a lot of Cape Breton West alumni. How cool is that?
It's one of the things we're promoting because you don't always get, given the size of our geography, I guess the town, the minor hockey systems are not big, so you don't always get to have this local a team. And to have that many grads of the Cape Breton West program, well, we're really proud of it and certainly thankful for the development that the Cape Breton West Islanders give us, and these players are a byproduct of that, and we're happy to have them all.
What does roster composition look like in terms of where you get your players from? Are you battling with the other Cape Breton teams? Are you battling with Antigonish? How do you decide who plays where?
There's no draft per se. There's a waiver draft pick, and there are territorial picks, but really we draw and compete heavily from the St. FX. Of course, Antigonish has got a foothold there, given that they're 5 minutes away from the university. And then, of course, Pictou draw from there. Brookfield have a pocket of players from there. And even Cumberland had a pocket of players from there. And, of course, there have been years where we do draw from Sydney. This happens to not be one of those years, a rare year, really, where we don't have anybody coming from down the other side.
You talk about Antigonish, they're coming to town tomorrow. What are those games like from a rivalry point of view? A lot of Bulldogs fans there, and do your fans travel when you play in Antigonish?
And that's exactly what you get, which is why these rivalry games are the most important to both these teams, just because the best crowds are generated by these games. Whether it's regular season or playoffs, these are our best crowds. And same for them.
Unfortunately, the league takes, I guess we could say, a bit of a step back as Cumberland County takes a leave of absence. They're in the other division, so it may not affect you as much, but how does that affect the league schedule and whatnot going forward for the rest of the season with 11 teams?
The scheduler and the league, the executive did a good job, I thought. And, of course, the Board of Governors had to vote on a few proposals, and I think we made the best of a bad situation. So not a large impact to us, actually. Unfortunate for the Blues, and there was a dispersal draft, so now the players from that team that wanted to continue to play will get that chance. That's a good thing. Hopefully the Blues will either be back or relocate and get us back to 12 teams.
A good caliber of play in the league. Just highlight some of the star players and maybe some of the outgoing players on your team this year that are going to be key to your success.
If I'm going to talk about individuals, which I don't always love, but really I have to look at our overage. This is their final season. Matthew Ellis, this is year 4. Both he and Danny Gillis, they're in their overage seasons, 4-year Pirates. We count on both of them tremendously, and we'd love to win something for them on their way out the door. And of course, we also have Chase Ellis, Matt's first cousin, who hasn't played hockey in 3 years for a variety of reasons. He had some illness issues and a former Drummondville voltigeur, but has made his way back to play his final season of junior hockey, and we're thrilled to have him.
Of course, for those who don't follow the Junior B League as closely, 21 is the final age for players there. How much are the Pirates the big team in Port Hawkesbury? Is there a buzz around the town when the team does well?
Especially since I live and work here, it's always better when you're winning, as it probably is in any town, no matter the size. It is important, and we are really, I can't say we're the only team in town. We do have the Cabot Highlanders here as well. They draw well, and they're important as well to the Civic Center in the town. I would consider us the main team here, yes.
You talked earlier about the caliber of play. You talk about a guy like Chase Ellis that played some games in the queue. Safe to say there's probably a lot of players in the Junior B League that could play at a quote-unquote higher level, but just are in the Junior B League for whatever reason. How much has it improved in your time coaching?
I've been doing this for a long time now, so I've seen many players that have come from the queue come down to Junior B, and it's still happening. And then, of course, lots of guys that have played or could play Junior A, but choose to play in our league for schooling reasons. We just have a lighter practice schedule, a lighter game schedule, less travel. So there are reasons that people choose us, and we are happy to be there as a choice for them to still play competitive hockey, yet look after their schooling needs.
Tell us about the facility there, because that's literally a world-renowned rink you're playing in. How good has it been to be at the Civic Center for the Pirates?
I was coaching when it opened. in 2004, and the building looks as good today as it did then. It's remarkable. The upkeep, you wouldn't know it was 19 years. We're just extremely proud of the facility, our dressing room. It's still state of the art.
Great that you have a great place to play, and the team seems to be performing well thus far this season. Thanks for telling us all about it, Tim. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you for having me on.
That is Tim MacMillan. He is the head coach of the Strait Pirates of the Nova Scotia Junior Hockey League. You're listening to the intermission of Celtic Kubota, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.